Good morning. It is Tuesday, July 9th. Here's what we're working on. We are waiting for an update from Hamilton Police on a suspicious death on the Central Mountain.
Ticketmaster is notifying customers about a data security incident that may have leaked their personal information.
And Margot Robbie getting ready for her next big role, motherhood. And now her next big role, weather and traffic. Here's Emily. Good morning.
Good morning. The weather part I got down pat. That's no problem. It's the traffic. People are going to have to bear with me today. I'm going to try my best, but bear with me,
okay,
please.
Well, let's hope there's not too much going on.
We couldn't do any better.
No, no way. No, but it's like, I don't know, it's the summertime, and let's hope that people aren't on the roads as much and enjoying all the sunshine and those warm, sticky conditions.
That would be great. Well, yesterday we saw daytime highs up to 29.
Yeah.
But felt more like 35 when you factored in the humidity.
Okay, you like the hot stuff. Is it too hot?
I love it.
Is it
Bring
too hot for you?
No.
No, you still like it?
No such thing, Tim.
You know what I found though? Like I just stayed inside.
Yeah.
That's the thing when it's then like
I was out for a bit and I felt sick.
No.
Yeah, so I'm like, I can't handle the heat.
You need to stay cool. Like my kids and I had a full-on water balloon fight in the backyard.
Oh, good.
And
I don't have kids or water balloons.
Oh, well, you can come over. You can come over in the afternoon. We'll throw some water balloons around, make a day out of it.
Throw them at Auntie Annette. Oh, I want to join in on that.
I'll let Auntie Annette throw them back.
But that's the fun part. You get to throw them back.
Exactly. Okay, goodness. What's going on?
I think we're going to look at this.
Sure.
Is this what's going on? Okay, so 403 Waterdown Road. Things are looking good right now. Thank goodness, because I don't know what to say if they weren't. But we are going to take a look at some other traffic cameras. This is the QEW east of Brant Street. Moving well at this hour. QEW Guelph line also moving well at this hour, looking good. A little bit of a delay. QEW, oh no, it's fixed itself. Oh no, it's just the camera's freezing, so it looks like there's traffic when really there isn't. QEW Walker's line also moving smoothly, and QEW at Dorval looking good as well. Okay, lots more coming up with your forecast details. Lots of rain on the way, you guys, and a cool down. I think you will like, Annette. But for now, back to you guys at the desk.
Okay, thanks very much. Well, Hamilton Police may have an update later today as they investigate a suspicious death on the Central Mountain. Police taped off a property on Upper James near Stone Church Road after a man's body was found on Saturday. Police say they don't know how he died or where he's from or who contacted police initially. There is a boarded up house and some scattered items on that property. Condos are set to be built there in the future, and there's a busy plaza next door. Hamilton Police say the results of the autopsy will determine the cause of his death.
A 41-year-old man from Brantford is facing a first-degree murder charge after police responded to a 911 call this past Friday. Now, police say they were called to a home on Hampton Street to check the safety of a woman. They found a 40-year-old woman deceased inside. Police also located a 41-year-old man who was described to be in a distressed state. He was taken to hospital for treatment and later arrested and charged with first-degree murder. Police told us here at CHCH News the victim and the accused knew each other and were both living in the home. Neighbors said they were shocked by this news. They described the woman as a loving mother of two who was very friendly and always had a smile on her face. Police said there was no threat to the public and they will not be releasing the name of the victim or the accused.
And Brantford police are continuing their search for a woman who's been missing since last Friday. 44-year-old Jenny Da Silva was last seen leaving work in Woodstock around 3 on Friday afternoon. She lives in Brantford. Da Silva is about 5'1" with a slim build and dark brown curly hair. She was wearing a navy blue blazer and skirt, a white shirt and black wedge heels. It's believed she may be driving a 2009 black Audi A6. The license plate is BPVM 535.
Ticketmaster says that thousands of customers may have had their information compromised following a recent data breach. I want to bring in Simone Gavros, who's on this story for us this morning, live from the First Ontario Concert Hall with some of the details on this. What can you tell us, Simone?
Hi, good morning, Tim. Well, Ticketmaster says that they discovered that an unauthorized third party obtained information between the window of April 2nd and May 18th of this year. And Ticketmaster says that personal information may have been affected as of May 23rd. Now, in an email that was sent out to users, Ticketmaster says the information was obtained from a cloud database that's hosted by a third party. Now, some of the information that was involved includes users' names, basic contact information, as well as payment card information. Now, the California-based ticket sales giant says that it's cooperating with authorities and cybersecurity experts in this investigation. Now, in light of the recent breach, Ticketmaster says they have taken a number of steps to enhance their security systems, including rotating passwords for all accounts associated with the affected cloud database. The company is offering customers credit monitoring services and advise users to watch their accounts for any suspicious activity. Now, Ticketmaster says they'll be reaching out to customers that they believe that they were affected by this data breach via email or by mail. But for now, Nat, I'll send things back over to you.
Okay, thanks very much, Simone. A hot start to the week across southern Ontario has prompted several areas in our region to issue heat warnings. Temperatures in Hamilton are expected to reach near 31 degrees with a humidex value making it feel more like 35 to 38. Environment Canada says hot and humid air can bring worsening air quality, potentially pushing the air quality index into the high-risk category. Cooler air is expected to arrive tonight. The agency is advising people to drink plenty of water and to never leave anyone, particularly children or pets, inside a parked vehicle. And British Columbia's heat broke 25 records yesterday. The province set a new preliminary record high of 40.5 degrees. The continuing hot spell saw 46 heat alerts issued across British Columbia by noon on Monday. The heat's expected to break today along the coast and on Vancouver Island. Temperatures in the interior are predicted to reach into the low 40s before cooling off a bit on Thursday. The University of Guelph has issued a trespass notice to protesters on campus. Pro-Palestinian protesters have been there since May. It's part of a broader movement calling on universities to cut their ties with Israel. Similar protests at the University of Waterloo and Western University in London were cleared this past weekend. University of Guelph officials say if the protest continues on their property, they're going to ask for a court injunction. Now to McMaster University, where a first-year medical student has started a project to help people experiencing homelessness avoid skin infections. Miranda Branietsky started this skin care project after seeing the need for it as a volunteer. She and others put together kits of sunscreen, first aid supplies, and clean socks. They're handed out at the Hub, a community resource center for vulnerable people in downtown Hamilton, and at the Shelter Health Network. Branietsky also created a brochure with tips on foot care and recognizing infections.
Pretty quickly, I kind of noticed that a lot of the clients coming in had, some sort of dermatologic concern that was kind of going untreated. And there are a lot of reasons behind that. People live in harsh conditions, frequently exposed to, UV rays from the sun or just, rough weather conditions, limited access to shelter. And so as a result, there's kind of a lot of different, skin diseases that are more prevalent amongst that population.
And Branietsky hopes to expand the skin care project. Great idea.
All right, here we go. The biggest night in Canadian men's soccer has arrived. It's tonight in New Jersey. Canada will face off against world number 1 Leo Messi and Argentina in the semifinals of Copa America. Captain Alfonso Davies and his teammates are getting in some last-minute work yesterday on the practice pitch ahead of the match tonight, which they hope to shock the soccer world. Nobody thought the 48th ranked Canadian squad with a new head coach in Jesse March would ever make it this far in a tournament, not normally for North American teams, but with Canada, the U.S., and Mexico hosting the World Cup, they had a chance to qualify, which Canada did. They made it through group play before beating Venezuela in penalties on Friday to book their spot into the Final Four. So can they have their miracle on the pitch moment? It's not going to be easy. Argentina, the reigning World Cup and Copa America champs, and already beat our lads in the opener of the tourney just a couple weeks back, 2-0. But the squad has come a long way since then. And that's what's great about sports. Anything can happen. Kickoff, 8 o'clock tonight. And we have a great warm-up to the match tonight, as we also have the semifinals at the Euro Cup this afternoon. Monster matchup between two of the best in the world. France and Spain face off in one semifinal this afternoon at 3. Tomorrow, England tries to make it back to the final when they face the Netherlands. All right, to the Toronto Raptors, coming off an awful 25-win season where the only bright spot was really Scotty Barnes, who made his first All-Star game before breaking his hands. Well, yesterday they made it official. They signed the third-year forward to the largest contract in franchise history. 22-year-old signed a 5-year deal worth $235 million that could be worth as much as $270, but they weren't done. Emmanuel Quickley, who came over last season from the New York Knicks, signed the second largest contract in Raptors history. Quickley, who was part of the OG Anunoby deal that also brought RJ Barrett to the Raptors, signed a 5-year, $175 million deal with Toronto. In 38 games with the Raps, Quickley averaged almost 19 points and 6 assists a game. Okay, off to Wimbledon, where the second seed Novak Djokovic was making waves against Denmark's Holger Rune in fourth-round action. The 7-time champ of the All-England club, he had little trouble dispatching the 15th-ranked Rune, beating him in straight sets to reach his 15th Wimbledon quarterfinal. That was only part of the story, though. The rowdy crowd at center court at many points during the match could be heard booing the Joker. But what they were really doing was cheering for Rune by saying, "Rune." Afterwards, the Joker was not having it.
And to all those people that have chosen to disrespect the player, in this case me, have a good night. I know they were cheering for Rune, but that's an excuse to also boo. Listen, I've been on the tour for more than 20 years, so trust me, I know all the tricks, I know how it works. It's fine, it's okay. I focus on the respectful people that have respect, that pay the ticket to come and watch tonight, and love tennis, and appreciate the players and the effort that the players put in here. I played in much more hostile environment, trust me. You guys can't touch me.
Best MC ever right there. Can't touch this. What can you say about the Joker? He is entertaining and always makes it interesting. We'll talk more about that coming up in Sportsline.
He's the best. Okay, looking at some of our traffic cameras before we get to your forecast details. Looking good at 403 and Waterdown Road. Everybody behaving themselves this early hour. A lot of people are away. A lot of people are up at the cottage. A lot of people are at camp. So hopefully less traffic for the next couple of weeks. The Skyway looking good on the Hamilton side, as well as on the Burlington side. A little bit of volume, but that's normal for this time of day. QEW south end of the Burlington Skyway also moving well. And we are going to be seeing the potential for a lot of rain. Not so much today, but tonight. It's the remnants of that massive hurricane that clocked its way through the Caribbean. Yeah, Beryl is going to be moving its way throughout southern Ontario. For now, we are seeing the risk of some isolated thunderstorms, a little bit of convection with that heat and humidity. So it makes sense that we do have a heat warning in place throughout southern Ontario. It will be ending tomorrow, but we're looking at highs anywhere between 30 to 34 degrees, feeling closer to the low 40s when you factor in the humidity. The overnight lows, they're going to really cool down once that cold front pushes through. It's going to fire up some active weather, but it is going to cool down our temperatures. The winds are going to shift direction. So for today, we're looking at 29 degrees. We've got a UV index high. It's very high at 10. Southwesterly flow, 20 kilometers an hour. It is going to feel more like 37 when you factor in that humidity. So here comes the system right down from the south. It is going to be tracking its way mostly through late evening and through the overnight. Could be giving us some pretty decent rumbles through the overnight hours. That area of low pressure continues to track its way north and east, and then we're going to get the wraparound. But also notice what we're going to get, those cooler winds that are be coming in from more of a northeasterly direction. So that's going to help to cool us down throughout the day tomorrow. Today, everybody warm. We're all up into the upper 20s, in low 30s, feeling more like the mid to upper 30s. So rain tonight, cooler temperatures tomorrow. More on traffic coming up, but first back to the desk. Never mind.
It's like you've done it before.
I'm like, wait, back to the desk. Hold on.
Hang on a second. This is where we bring in Emily Vukovic to talk about Chit Chat, isn't it?
Did you want to run around to the other studio? The front of the studio?
Hey guys, good morning.
Hi, what's up for Chit Chat today?
Hi, well, Margot Robbie is going to have a baby. Barbie's having a baby. That's big news. We're also going to be talking about a really sweet Harry Potter reunion.
Okay, I'm going to tell some Harry Potter stories because it has entered our world at home.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for your kids.
Yeah, so it's we'll chit chat on the couch about it because it's pretty neat once they get into it and how into it they get,
It's
and then it brings us all into it because we all watch the movie together. We'll talk about that. Okay.
Okay, coming up after the break, a recall that may have you rethink what you're adding to your morning coffee. That makes me... In overseas trading this morning at 6:17, the Canadian dollar is down 6 basis points to 73.29 cents U.S. Gold is up just over $3. Crude oil has lost 54 cents to trading right now at $81.79 a barrel. In midday trading in Europe, markets are up in London, down in Frankfurt and Paris, though.
Let's go to Asia. Tokyo closed at a record high, almost 800 basis points. Markets were down in Hong Kong while they rose slightly in Shanghai. North American markets kick off the trading week yesterday. Some gains for the TSX, nothing substantial. Slight losses for the Dow Jones and gains for the NASDAQ. Let's see how they do when markets open on this Tuesday, July the 9th.
We have some recall news to tell you this morning. First of all, more than 44,000 power adapters sold with some Hatch Baby sound machines have been recalled in Canada because of an electrical hazard. Health Canada says the recall applies to an AC adapter that's included with some Hatch Baby Rest first generation sound machines. It says the plastic housing from the adapter can be loose when removing it from a power outlet, and that could lead to exposed power prongs, which poses an electrical hazard. Those with the sound machines are asked to stop using the power adapter and get a free replacement from the company.
So maybe also check your refrigerator. Listeria concerns have prompted a recall of multiple varieties of plant-based milk. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency is recalling Silk brand milk, almond milk, coconut milk, almond coconut milk, and oat milk, as well as Great Value brand almond milk. So most of the affected products have best before dates of October the 4th. The agency says food contaminated with Listeria may not look or smell spoiled, but can still make you sick with symptoms including vomiting, nausea, and a persistent fever.
Federal government's updating the dental care program to try to get more dentists involved. They can now get paid per visit without signing up for the entire program. Since May, about 12,000 dentists across Canada have signed up. Health Minister Mark Holland says updates to the program will help more patients find dentists. But the Canadian Dental Association says the changes don't address their key concerns, that the program's terms are disruptive, and they worry the government may reassess claims later. Holland says audits would only happen in cases of suspected fraud. The $13 billion program, which started for people over 70, now includes those over 65, children under 18, and adults with disabilities.
Walmart will face a class action lawsuit in the U.S. over allegations of deceptive pricing. So a U.S. federal appeals court has reversed a lower court ruling. An Ohio man says he bought more than a dozen items from a Walmart store in Illinois back in 2022 and claims the prices for some of the items were 10 to 15% more at checkout than on the shelf. The lawsuit, it alleges there were similar discrepancies in stores in 5 other states. The judge dismissed his case last year and ruled Walmart negated any unfairness over inaccurate shelf prices by honoring customers' receipts. As a result of this new ruling, customers can now try to prove Walmart violated consumer protection laws.
Okay, taking a quick break right now. Emily is going to be back with your traffic in your 7-day forecast.
It's going to get a little rainy.
All right, taking a look at some of our MTO cameras, the QEW at Niagara Street moving well. Dry conditions, which is nice this morning. QEW at Ontario Street also moving smoothly. We've got the QEW at 7th Street moving very well at this hour, 6:24. And the Skyway looking east, moving really well. Okay, it's hot today. We still have that heat warning in place throughout southern Ontario. It will be ending tomorrow, however. Temperatures are really going to cool down when we have this massive system that is really just going to engulf all of southern Ontario. It's the remnants of Beryl, that hurricane that barreled its way through the Caribbean and in through parts of the United States. Still going to be hot today, however, so just be cautious. It is going to feel more like the high 30s into the low 40s when you factor that in. Right now, we're sitting at 19 degrees in Hamilton. We're 20 in Grimsby, 22 through Mississauga, and 23 through Toronto. Quick look at our 7-day forecast. System comes in today and into tonight, and look at the temperature difference, 29 to 23. I know it's really not that big when you look at the data, but it's going to feel a lot cooler. By Thursday, we're still seeing some showers isolated on and off, and 25 degrees. Friday, sunshine returns. We're looking at a daytime high of 27. And as of right now, we are looking at a stellar weekend, 28 degrees on Saturday and 29 for Sunday with lots of sunshine. Tim, Annette?
Okay. Well, what do you do if you put a powerful AI-driven humanoid robot in front of a bunch of school kids? It's the first question they ask.
Amika, do you like Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift's music is quite popular and has a lot of emotional depth. I can appreciate the artistry and impact she has on her fans.
No.
Okay, why aren't these kids running away in fear?
Goodness, come on, man. Oh. So these are a bunch of kids in Scotland who had a chance to go face to face with that creeper. It's a robot. The engineers behind this tech says it's a way to help kids get comfortable with the future of robotics. And like, I don't know, maybe that's the thing, because that freaks us out, but maybe it doesn't freak kids out because it's like a grandfather thing in, because they're used to seeing robots, and then we'll just get used to them and then they take over.
Yeah. I remember being in California about 10 years ago, and I saw they had, I saw in front of me one of those, it was like the new version of, like, it was running and it was jumping up onto things, and I left the room because I was so afraid of that thing. I was like, okay, this is just like a little too creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey kids, if you're up and watching.
We're real.
Yeah, we're real.
Watch us, we'll make lots of mistakes.
Already have, and we'll make some more coming up after this.